I'm not sure if I can describe art. I think it's something mixed up. I really like art because it can be anything. You can scribble on paper, it would be considered art. It doesn't have to look like art to be art. You just do it.
My name is Amanda Dunbar. I'm 19. I live in Dallas, Texas, and I'm an artist. I think being a painter is the best job on the face of the earth because all you get to do all day long is just play and paint, and you actually get paid for doing it. People actually buy what you play with all day. When I was a little girl, I liked a lot of different things. I liked painting, I liked cooking, I liked playing with my friends, and I never knew what I was going to be when I grew up. I thought maybe it'd be fun to be a nurse like my mom, but I never thought that I would be an artist. I'm in my studio right now, and I love it in here. It's one of my favorite places on earth because it's where all of my paintings happen, and it's where all of my art supplies are, and it's where all of my music is, and it's got everything I need in here to be a real artist. And see, I got all sorts of cool brushes that do fun things and they feel nice on your face, and I have all of my colors, all of my big tubes of paint, and I have lots of these, tons of these. And this is really cool because it's kind of like a secret little cubby here. You open it up and you can pull out these little drawers, and I have all sorts of pink and purple, some of my favorite colors. And I also have a loft upstairs here where I do a lot of my paintings. It's real small and cozy, and I just feel like I'm in a really warm, happy little place. And it's also upstairs, so I can look at people from upstairs. And they can't see me looking at them, so that's kind of cool. It wasn't until I was 13 and I first picked up a paintbrush that I knew that I wanted to be an artist. It was just an after-school art class that I took with a bunch of my friends, and ever since that class I've been painting, and I know that there are so many more paintings inside me that I will just never stop.
Anyone could be an artist because all they have to do is work hard. You don't really have to be like wacky or weird to be an artist, but sometimes you are. Even if you say I can't do it, I'm not so good, you keep on trying and then you'll be good.
Sofonisba and Guisola. Once upon a time, about 450 years ago in Italy, there was a very little girl with a very big name, Sofonisba and Guisola. She had 5 sisters, 1 brother, and an unusual dad. While girls in those days were expected to learn only to cook and sew, Sofonisba's dad wanted his daughters to learn about literature and art. People thought they were weird, but they didn't care. Sofonisba fell in love with art, and when her dad discovered she was good at it too, he got her the best teacher in town. Sophonisba's dad was so proud of her, he sent some of her artwork to a great master named Michelangelo. The famous painter was impressed, and he told all of his important friends about her. Soon, Sophonisba got an amazing job. King Philip II invited her to his palace in Spain to be his court painter. Now when people stared at her, it was with awe. Not only was she the first woman artist to be known throughout Europe, she encouraged other women, for the first time in history, to say, "I can do that."
I remember the first thing I made was a popsicle stick doghouse. That was my first project. I did it when I was about 2 years old with my dad. I started making lots and lots of pictures, and then I used to frame them all, and then my whole family would come over and they'd say, "What an artist! She made a very nice painting at the age of 3. But then when we got my first dog, it chewed it up. So yeah, kind of came to a sad ending.
Good morning, everyone. Well, for you all that don't know, my name is Amanda, and I'm here to paint with you today. Today I'm at Smith Academy, which is in Texas, and I'm just working with the girls. I'm going to get them to do their own portraits and a portrait of a friend, and we're just going to have a lot of fun. We're going to play in the paint today. I like to use lots of different colors of paint, and I like to use a lot of paint.
Why do you use big blobs?
I use big blobs because I love lots of paint. Don't you like lots of paint? Yeah. I like to squirt it out there and just play with it. It's one of the best parts about being an artist.
I like the colors. That's my favorite part about painting. Oh, she loves purple, pink, green, and all these colors. Actually, I cannot say what my favorite color is because all of the colors of the rainbow are very beautiful and cool.
So I'm going to start painting on this canvas right now. And usually I just kind of glop it on there. I like lots of texture on there. I like it when the paint sticks out. When I started painting, I had never painted before, and I was pretty scared. I didn't know if I was going to mess it up, and I know a lot of you have that question. And it's really important to realize that you can't mess up. There are no mistakes. It doesn't matter if it doesn't look like a professional artist has done it. The point is, it's a beautiful expression of something that's inside you. If you feel happy, you can paint your face all red and pink. If you feel sad, then you can paint it all blue. That's what's really great about art, is you can express yourself through that way. Okay. Can you please take one and pass it down? All of the rest of them. I hope when I hand the girls the paintbrushes that they feel the same magic that I feel when I pick up my brushes. That you can paint whatever you want, however you want to do it. Forget what anybody else says the world is supposed to look like. It's what you want. So let's start painting. Hey guys, how goes it?
When you do art, you can express yourself. And the second you touch that paintbrush or that pencil or whatever you draw with, you're letting out all your feelings. It's like if you don't get all those feelings out of your head, it's going to explode.
And I would love for you to tell me about this painting. Can you do that? Okay, cool.
Amanda said, draw what makes your heart feel good. And flowers make me feel good, and hearts. And I had drawn a heart in the classroom. Millions of hearts. Well, I tried to, but I didn't have time. But I like to draw things that warm my heart. No, that's me.
That's you? And you're going to put your best friend in there?
Sometimes it's just like, okay, what am I going to draw? And all of a sudden, the pen just gets into your hand, and it goes, and just like a message shooting up to your brain saying, well, let's draw a house, or let's draw a bird, or something. I mixed all the colors together. This is a Palomino horse. I can design new things that aren't real, like horned horses and rainbow horses and all sorts of animals and people that don't really exist. Look, that's me.
Looks really good.
When I bring my artwork home, my mom says, wow, that looks fabulous. Oh, Christina, that's so great. My dad and mom They smile. I look at it for a while and then say, that was a great job for me, and I give me a pat on my back. When I think that what I did was not so good, I'll show it to my mom or dad, and I'll say, Jesse, that's so good. You did such a good job. And that kind of makes me feel like at least somebody likes it. Except they're my mom and dad, so maybe they're faking. They kind of have to say that.
Here are a few paintings that really are special to me, and I wanted to show them to you. This is a painting of my sister and I that I did for my mom for Mother's Day. And here I am, and here's my sister. And I really love my sister. She's only a year younger than I am, so a lot of people always thought we were twins, and I kind of always felt like we were twins because we were pretty close. And she inspired this next piece. My sister is a musician, and I did a whole collage painting because I feel like this represents my sister better than any real portrait could, any picture of her face. This is another painting that I did for my mother. It's my very first painting, and it's about a memory that I had of her after I got out of the bath, just wiping me down in a loving way that mommies do. This painting is called The Unknown, and what I was trying to do with this was show how there's always something new to learn in the world. There's always something out there that we can think about and try. This little girl is standing in her own yard, and she's looking out into darkness, which is really the unknown, and you just never know what's going to happen unless you try something new. It's one of the reasons I love that painting, is because I think it's so important. And this painting is about one of my favorite things, which is being on the beach. I love the way the sand feels between my toes, and I love the smell of the water and the ocean, and I always built the best sand castles. And that's why I love painting, is because you can talk about so many different things through paintings that are important to you, and these are some of mine. I just saw this like rose, and just in the middle of the block, it was just there, and it was just like, it was like so beautiful, and it was just pouring all around it, and it was on this like gray sidewalk. And then I got home and I just like drew it. Even though I like usually do abstract, it was just, I had to draw it because it was so beautiful.
A lot of my pieces are designs, and they come from like a dream or something.
I get my ideas from my imagination, just like everybody else does.
You kind of get an idea and you just sort of keep it in your mind, and then whatever you're putting it on, you just sort of spray it out like it's a spray can, kind of.
Alma Thomas. Did you ever see flowers dance? Or hear wind making music in the trees? Alma Thomas did. She looked at her garden, and her eyes filled with color and dancing light. She wondered, how can I paint everything I see? Not just the flowers, but the sunlight and the breeze, and the way seeing it all together makes me feel. Alma started out trying to paint exactly what was in front of her. Then she had a better idea. Why not make a picture all her own? Something that didn't look like anything she'd ever seen. She got watercolors and crayons and began making dabs. Little dabs of color that spread out very freely. And every morning, like a gift, the wind gave her new symphonies to play on her canvas. Alma's unique way of painting made her famous. She believed that even in hard times, people could see beauty. Her message was simple but powerful. Color is life.